cardio to put into your routine. You probably have seen these exercises a million times, but we're going to give you some variations on these so that you can either adjust them to be easier or harder to fit your needs. The first one is going to be a lunge. So with a lunge, what you want to do is have your weight distributed so that about 70% of your weight is on the front leg and 30% is on the back. You're going to focus on loading your heel so that most of your weight is on that front heel portion and your shin is vertical to the floor. We're just going to then drop our hips straight to the ground. So you're going to come off the back heel, come straight down with that knee, and then as you raise up, you just come right up and down in a straight line. A lot of times what happens is people will vary back and forth. That's not really what we want to see in a lunge to target the glute on this front leg. So to show you from the front, we also want to make sure that the knee is aligned right over the ankle. So we're going straight down, straight up. So this would be a basic lunge. So this would be your average exercise. To make it a little easier, you could grab onto something to hold onto to give you some support, to help you pull up and down, and also to help you make sure that you're keeping your body over that front heel, keeping your weight on the front leg. So that would be the regressed version. The harder version would be to either add some weight, so holding onto a weight at your chest, or giving yourself a little bit of a lift of the back leg as you stand. So I'm not actually allowing myself to rock back and forth a whole lot. I'm just coming back, up and down, still loading that hip on the back side and then the hip on the front side as I come up and down. So that would be the advanced version. So you can try out any of those. You're going to do each of these exercises for 3 sets of 8 to 12 repetitions. And again, you can progress these as you go along to make them harder. The next exercise is a push-up. So if you're the kind of person who doesn't love push-ups, you can actually make them easier, not by going on your knees, but by actually elevating your body off the floor. So choosing to do a push-up either on stairs, on the edge of a couch, the back of a couch, your countertop. So if you were to do them on the floor though, or on a stair, you're essentially going to be taking the hands so that they're a little wider than shoulder width apart. And I'm just going to show you from here, because I think that you'll get a better visual than me facing the ground. So you're going to have your hands about the width of your elbows bent at 90 degrees. And you want to have it that way so that as you come down, you can pull your shoulder blades back, take your chest towards the floor, and then press your body away from the floor, okay? That's the main point in a push-up. To make the push-up harder, you can pick up 1 foot off the floor. You can do a push-up with a tap. So if I show you that, hopefully you can see this. You're going to come down. You're going to tap your hands to one side. So we would be pushing up, tap, pushing up, tap. To make it even harder than that, you could take it to a push-up with a clap. So you push up at the top of the range, you're going to clap your hands and then come right back down. So from here, we would go push up, clap, okay? Right back down into it. If that's too easy, you can always go to a one-handed push-up. So there's all kinds of variations to make the push-up much harder. The third exercise is a squat. So again, to make the squat, to show you what a squat should look like, we want to make sure we have our feet just about shoulder width apart. If you have issues with your knees, turning your toes out slightly can sometimes help that. But the main thing that's going to help you with your knees is to get your weight back into your hips and to use less of your quads. So the way you accomplish that is by actually sitting back with your hips, keeping your chest elevated, and then you want to hold something in front of you, just like something small even. A small jug of water or even a couple of water bottles. So sitting straight back, trying to keep your chest up tall, opening your knees wide, and trying to get your butt down nice and low, okay? And then straight up again. So to show you from the front, feet are about shoulder width apart, coming down. So I'm trying to load those heels, that's good. So I'm coming down onto my heels, opening the knees nice and wide, chest is tall, and then stand. If that's hard for you, same thing we did with the lunge, you're gonna grab onto something and practice keeping your hands on something so you can actually get into that deeper squat. Squatting low is not necessarily bad for your knees as long as you're keeping your weight shifted back into your heels and that you have the mobility in your hips to actually get that kind of depth. If you don't have that, that's fine. Just go to whatever depth you have. You want to make that squat harder. Of course, you can add weight, but you could also add a plyometric, which is a squat jump. You can add a weight to a squat jump, you medicine ball, reaching over the head, or just holding it right at your chest. The other thing you can do is hold squats, right? So a squat hold, so we would come down, hold for about, I don't know, 10, 20, 30 seconds, and stand. You could also hold that squat for a minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes. The length of time is crucial. All right, so the last exercise is going to be a prone cobra. So in this exercise, what we're going to do is actually lay flat on the ground, hands at your sides, and you're going to squeeze your hands up away from the floor. To make this harder, you take your hands out to the sides. To make it harder yet, you would hold potentially maybe a couple of bricks in your hands, a couple of water bottles. We want to get the front of the chest, the back side of the body to balance things out, and then we're working the legs a couple different ways. So to finish this up, to give you a couple of cardio pieces, what we're going to do is 3 different things. One is called a skater. You've probably seen me do this before, but I love it because it works the lateral side of your body. So you're going to jump from one foot to the next. And you're going to do each of these for 20 seconds. Okay, you can also do a step tap, which is the easier version. Okay, this is the next step up. And the hardest step is to actually reach behind with the foot and touch down to the floor with the opposite hand. From there, we're going to go into a high knee run. So again, if you want low impact, you're just going to march in place quick, or you're going to run in place, or you're going to run with hands overhead, which is the hardest, okay? From there, we're going to take it to a burpee. Again, if you can't get down and up and off the floor very well, touch the ground, squatting those hips down. Okay, that's a pretty easy, that's a not very challenging one as far as actually having to get on the floor. Or you could actually step back and forward, okay? Step back, step forward. Or you can do the true burpee, which is a pop, stand, and to take it one more notch up, you jump. Let's do that all together. Jump, or you can do a tuck jump right at the top. So 20 seconds of each of those, with whatever variation you need to make it challenging for you. So the first 4 exercises, 3 sets of 8 to 12. The last 3 exercises, each of them in a row, 3 times 20 seconds for each of them, all in a row. So that's about 5 minutes of cardio, and the other part should only take you about 10 minutes. So 15 minutes all together. Have fun!